In this video, we will discuss about how to find components of a vector. Let us say I take force. Force is a vector. You will find the components of force. First of all, let us understand what is a component. Let us say you have a force F making angle theta with the x-axis. Then we will find the component of force F in the horizontal direction. Let us call it Fx, and in the y direction let us call it Fy. Fx and Fy are called components of force F. You have to find the value of Fx. So if you have seen the previous video, we can, how this force F has come means, you can draw you can construct a parallelogram. Okay, we will name it, this is, let us say O, OA, B and C. BC will be equal to OA. If this is Fy, Fy is the magnitude of the force. Okay, F is the magnitude of the force F, Fy is the magnitude of the force Fy. So if this is Fy, this will be Fy, and this is Fx, magnitude part. So in this triangle BCO, can I write Fx divided by hypotenuse? F is equal to cos theta adjacent by hypotenuse. So that means Fx is equal to F cos theta. Similarly, Fy by F can be written as sin theta. That means Fy is equal to F sin theta. So we can convert this force into two components by this formula. Why we do like this means, when you have a lot of forces in the system, here in the system you have only one force. When you have a lot of forces in a system, then analyzing that type of a system becomes very difficult. So such group of forces we try to find a resultant. Remember, in the previous video I have said that what is the resultant? When you add two vectors, you have a vector A, B, then you have added these two vectors, you got a C vector. The C vector is the resultant of these two vectors. You can replace these two vectors with a single vector, that is called a resultant vector. But when you have lot of forces in a system, then analyzing a resultant becomes more easy compared with the individual force vectors. Here, while writing the components, note which angle you have taken. Suppose in the same example, theta was this angle, then this component will be F sin theta and this component will be F cos theta. See, x and y doesn't change. X axis and y axis remain the same, but depending upon theta, when theta is with respect to the vertical component becomes F cos theta and the horizontal component becomes F sin theta. It can be proved in a similar way. Instead of taking theta as this angle, you can take this angle, same procedure, you will get these two values. Okay. Now here you need to see in which quadrant we are working. This is, here x is positive towards right, so this is a positive force. Y is positive in the upward direction, it's a positive force. Had there been the force like this, some F1, and let us say this is theta 1, so this will be my F1 cos theta 1, so this will be negative. But the vertical component, you can call this as a vertical component. Here the vertical component will be F1 sin theta 1. Vertical, it is positive. So So this is negative, but this is positive. We have to be sign conscious also. Okay, not only finding the magnitude, we should see the direction also. If you are calling this as positive, then this has to be negative. It is as simple as this, there is a block, you have put 100 Newton force this direction and 50 Newton force this direction. If you are calling this force as a positive force, then this force has to be a negative force. Both cannot be same, right? So this is about components. Now, while making components, you should be very careful about some points. So before going into that aspect, let us say if a group of forces are given, then how to find the components and the final resultant. Let us say there is a force given here 20 and this is the 10√2 force, all in newtons. Okay, these two forces are given and you have to find the resultant of these two forces. Let us say this angle is 30 degree and this angle is 45 degree. Then how do we find the resultant of this system? Means first we have to find out the components. You will draw the table. Okay, you will first write here force, you will write the x component, you will write the y component. Let us say serial number 1 you put. So force is 20. So what is the x component? Based on this formula, it will be 20 cos, let us say this angle is 60. It is 20 cos 60. What is plus minus? It is plus. What is y component? It is 20 sin 60. 20 cos 60 is half, so this becomes 10, and this is √3 by 2, so this becomes 10√3. Come to the second force. This is 10√2 force. Okay, we have to find the horizontal component or x component. So x component, this is plus, so this will be minus, so put a minus here, write 10√2 and this will be cos 45. Okay, so it is 10√2 into 1 by √2, this is minus 10. What is the vertical component? It will be positive, so it is 10√2 into sin 45 or 10√2 into 1 by √2 or 10. Now we have found out all the x components, all the y components, we have to add them. So here it is 10 and minus 10, this becomes 0. And y component 10 and 10√3 and 10. 10√3 means this is approximately 17.3, this is 10, so it is 27.3. So what is the meaning of this? Here you have a system which has got two forces. You have found out what is the net Fy components and what is the net Fx components. Okay, so you have basically replaced this whole system into a system like this. There is no x component. So let us say you have finalized this system into total x components and y components. So it means that in the y direction 27.3 newtons is acting, whereas in x direction there is no force acting. All the forces are acting in the 27.3. Okay, so what is the net force acting on the system? Means here only Fy force is acting in the system, and that to 27.3 newtons. So if you analyze this system, this whole system can be replaced by a single force which is acting in the y direction with a magnitude of 27.3. Suppose in the same example you had a situation that this is not 0 but some, let us say, some value 10. Then what will be the resultant? The resultant will be the resultant of these two. You need to add these two vectors. We have already seen that. You have to follow the parallelogram law. You have to join the diagonal. So you have to apply that formula, r is equal to √p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. But here the angle between x and y is 90, so this term will become 0. It becomes √p square plus q square. which is nothing but 10 square plus 27.3 square. You'll get some value. Alright. So what is the meaning of this? You got some force, let us say some 30 Newton force. So in that situation, you can replace all these forces with that single force, 30 Newton. And you can find out at what angle it is acting from the horizontal axis. Let us say the resultant of these two forces is a force 30 Newton like this. It must be making some angle alpha with the x-axis. So can we find that? Yes, we can find that. And what will be the formula? In this case, the formula will be tan alpha is equal to sigma fy by sigma fx. So you will get the alpha value also. So what does this mean? You can remove all these forces and replace it with a single force, and you can also say in which quadrant it is acting and what is the angle it is making with the horizontal or a vertical axis. So this is the application part of the components of force. So any vector can be resolved like this. These are called rectangular components. I have taken a simple case. You can have many forces here, but the procedure you should understand. That will only drag on for a lengthier video. I have taken a simple example to illustrate a simple example, and okay, that's it.